Hi, and welcome to First Things First. This is day 5 of Boot Camp, a leadership guide to building a gold standard nonprofit. On day 4, we wrapped up our talk on quality people. We discussed why it's imperative that you make wise decisions to bring on and retain the highest quality people possible at your nonprofit. Today, we're going to start a new series called Authentic Passion. Let's say you ask a CEO of a Fortune 500 company to join your board. You anxiously sign her on because she says she's passionate about your mission. But what happens 3 months later? She decides she's too busy to show up to meetings and has no desire to raise money. Has this happened to you? This sort of thing happens more than we'd like to admit, right? Volunteers say they're passionate about giving back. Local businesses say they're passionate about providing services. And staff say they're passionate about making a difference. Well, that's the outside of the onion. Peel back a layer or two and you'll find a veneer of passion that's big on talk and little on action. Lip service passion. That's right, lip service passion. The truth is, many board members loathe fundraising and meetings. Volunteers make commitments they don't keep, business partners fail to make good on promises, and staff often feel a sense of entitlement. As nonprofits age, passion tends to become more and more complacent and flaccid. What was once the compelling force propelling the nonprofit and the work of the nonprofit becomes little more than a buzzword to excite donors, a hollow claim to motivate staff, and a worn-out tagline in annual reports. Passion that once tasted like bubbly champagne now tastes like flat soda. Sound familiar? Has the passion at your nonprofit lost its fizz? If so, it's time to create a culture of authentic passion. Defined, authentic passion is genuine belief in a mission manifested in meaningful action. And action means doing, and doing requires commitment and motivation. But first, why is authentic passion important? Because without authentic passion, without people genuinely committed to rolling up their sleeves and working to fulfill the mission, a nonprofit will soon begin to wilt. Work becomes work. Staff quit, volunteers leave, board members hide. Programming quality deteriorates and fundraising dwindles. And eventually, the mission erodes and the nonprofit begins to travel down a long downward spiral of poor service and apathy from which it may never recover. Authentic passion is a first things first principle because the success and sustainability of everything a nonprofit does ultimately depends on it. Oh, you can get by for a year or two with 1 or 2 people carrying the authentic passion torch, but if authentic passion is not a holistic driving force shared by all at your nonprofit, those carrying the torch will soon tire, and the zeal and purpose behind their passion and the passion of the nonprofit will extinguish like a candle that's burned beyond its wick. Let me share a story. In 2005, I was hired to rescue a nonprofit called Sun Valley Adaptive Sports. It uses sports and recreation as a method of therapy and rehabilitation for people with disabilities. When I came on board as the chief executive, the organization was in major crisis mode. And that, my friend, is an understatement. The founder had abruptly quit, leaving the organization in turmoil. During my first week of work at Adaptive Sports, I ran across 6 different mission statements, and no one knew which version was the right one. There was no strategic plan, no operating procedures, no policies, no fundraising plan, no job descriptions, and no budget. Oh, but there was passion. Most board members were quick to tell me how passionate they were about helping people with disabilities. We're passionate about starting a Special Olympics program. We're passionate about helping veterans who've been wounded in Iraq and Afghanistan. We're passionate about generating sustainable funding. It seemed like everyone was passionate about this and that, but little had gone on in 6 years to make any of it happen. Why? Because the passion at Adaptive Sports was mainly lip service passion. Adaptive Sports was a ship stuck at sea. It had a broken rudder, no map, and its sails were luffing. Its board and staff talked about the destination it wanted to reach, but very few were willing to trim the sails, swab decks, navigate a practical course to get them there. Most everyone seemed content to toss about in stormy swells, drifting aimlessly. What Adaptive Sports needed was a plan and a set of tools like the ones I'm going to share with you over the next couple of weeks to get the passion out of their hearts and into their hands so they could transform lip service passion into authentic passion. They needed to stop talking and start doing. Well, that's it for today. Tune in next week when I'll begin a series of videos that outline tactics that you can use to create a do something authentic culture. And don't forget to write me, ask me a question, or tell me what you would like to see on the show. And remember, do what's right for your nonprofit, not what's convenient or easy. Create a great day. Hoo-yah! This is my favorite dog, and he's pretty mellow right now, but hopefully he will wake up soon enough.